Right, I'm here with Neel just after the game, 2-1 loss to Everton. So what's your initial thoughts on that?
Disappointing game, but yeah, as I think Lee was saying earlier, we're beaten by a really decent goal and a really decent team, to be honest. And that's kind of where we need to be. But I think at the moment, with what's happening, yeah, it's not bad. But especially if we went down to 10 men, they didn't have too much opportunities, but I think we did the best we could. But again, it weren't a great performance. There was loads of people around the bill booing. Did you hear the boos at the end? Oh, that pissed me off. That did. That really did.
Yeah, that surprised me because apart from Wes, and I don't mean to keep singling out Wes as sort of my scapegoat, but apart from Wes, I thought everyone had quite a decent game. Sort of, especially as Lee was saying in the interview before. But once we go down to 10 men, it's a completely different game. So I don't know. The boos at the end annoyed me because every player put 110% in, and I don't think you could criticise them for their effort. I think it was just sort of the application of sort of what they're doing at the end. So,
I think it could be better as well, the application. Like Maddison, I think they marked him out quite well. Vardy didn't have the best of games. Who else? Like, yeah, there was a few players. I think Iheanacho was a bit, he has up, then down, then up, then down. He was just a bit in the middle today. There was loads of players had okay games. And to be fair, Everton weren't that class, to be honest. They only had a few moments like the goal they scored that was that amazing in the beginning bit. But disappointed, but I think I don't know, I think we have to get used to this kind of going up and down as a team rather than having like consistency. But I think changing from a 4-4-2 and a counter-attacking football, but I guess that's how we scored the goal as well.
I think, as you were saying, the consistency, I think it's going to take time to come to a consistent level with what Claude Puel's trying to do and sort of change us into a possession-based team. And once we went down to 10 men, it's very hard to try and play a possession-based game when we're playing 10 against 11. They've got the extra man to sort of man mark us and stuff. So I think for us now, we've got Arsenal away next, which I think that's a bit of a nothing game. If we go there and get a result, great, but I don't think too many people will be expecting that. But beyond that, we've got West Ham here, we've got Burnley here. I think those are the ones, including today, that we're really going to be marking our season on. So what do you think about the sort of upcoming fixtures?
I've now got Arsenal. I don't know who we have after that, but Arsenal will be a hard game. They're on a real run of form. They've managed to secure their manager down. But I went to the game last time and it was 4-3, but it was anything can happen. I think any game, because look at last season when we were on that run of just down and down and down, and Arsenal came here and it was 3-1. So with us, I'm not sure anything can happen, to be honest. So I'm hoping for the best. Like here, I was hoping we'd get a win today, but there's no guarantee. But all the best, and we stick with the team, whoever they put out. Do you think they'll pick the same team as they did today? Apart from Wes.
Well, yeah, apart from Wes. I think we'll put Pereira back at right back.
Oh, really?
Because then I think Amati will slot into centre back instead, and then probably bring on Rachid or Mark Albrighton or something like that. But I think we need to see sort of the international break, what happens over that, who plays well, who doesn't, and then I think it'll be easier to say closer to the time. But I think we've just got to move on from today. It was a disappointing result, but we can't look into it too much for.
Yeah, I think there'll be a lot of people, I think after this, a lot of the Puel out people will come back out the voice. We weren't good enough, all this kind of stuff. But, we did our best. And there's still work in progress. We're still beating the teams that we see as lower than them. And if you compare player for player, Everton to Leicester, for example, Pickford and Schmeichel, not Vardy because they haven't really got anybody that's similar, but like Richarlison to Giselle, they have a better team. And they've invested a lot more. I actually heard from somebody I met in there that Bernard that we're playing, he could have come to Leicester, but then he wanted 150k and we weren't going to pay that amount of money. But you know what? We got beaten fair and square. As long as we can continue a good momentum into the next game, that's all that matters.